Mr. Chairman, members of the board, and viewers at home, my name is Bob Brady, and I'm here on behalf of a citizens group for a better Wareham. And I want to thank you for allowing the opportunity to share with you and the viewers the concerns we have regarding the future of our town. I'd like to outline what we're going to call a vision for Wareham. I have a list of 7 topic areas to which I will comment on, and then together with an observation of where it feels like the community is headed. The first item on our list is public safety. All of us feel strongly that the comfort of feeling safe is at the top of the list as we value our community. From police protection to fire to emergency medical service and safe waterways, Wareham must be the leader in the region with the best prepared and be best prepared to respond in the event of an emergency, not only for our own citizens, but also for those that may pass through Wareham, whether it be on our major roadways or our waterways. Second on the list is education. If the children of Wareham want to compete in a rapidly changing world, then we adults and parents need to commit to providing the best possible learning opportunities, not only in the classroom but also in society. We are responsible, we are all responsible, and must take a leadership role in making that happen. Number 3, leadership. Wareham's leaders must be more proactive regionally and at the state level in order to secure the most opportunity for its citizens, whether through grant funding, local initiatives, preservation programs, or housing development. Our leaders must represent us with utmost professionalism and respect if we are going to compete in a larger political arena. Number 4, responsible fiscal management. No more should we accept the argument that our salaries need to be competitive with the regional marketplace. Wareham's gross assessed value is probably the lowest in southeastern Massachusetts. So every community that applies a 2.5%, or as communities apply that 2.5%, Wareham falls further and further behind. Yet we're made to feel obligated to spend more to stay competitive. This has to stop, otherwise more and more services will disappear. 5, comprehensive community services. Senior and social services should be second to none for our elder population. We're all going to be there someday, and what better example to set for our younger generations? It's proven that the interaction between younger and older generations has a positive, lasting effect within any community. With the natural assets that Wareham is blessed with, it is inexcusable that we don't fund lifeguards, that we don't offer town recreation for our use. It's irresponsible that the library is undergoing such catastrophic cuts. Number 6, natural resource preservation and management. We must maintain and ensure the best public drinking water in the state. We must promote and market, this is key, we must promote and market all of Wareham's assets like open space, fresh and saltwater fishing and boating, commercial and residential shell fishing, cranberries, industry, the rail, golf, and more. Most communities would beg to have half of what Wareham has to offer. It's finally time we find leaders to recognize these values for a better Wareham. Number 7, curb appeal. From every major artery, every major artery into and throughout the town, Wareham should be attractive. Every intersection should be planted and maintained seasonally. Every citizen needs to contribute to cause that effect. Every town building and landscape around it must be stately. Our shoreline and access to it must be inviting. Community pride will then be restored. Instead, this is what we observe. 1, incivility. 2, complete disregard for bylaws, open meeting laws, the Home Rule Charter, and the vote of town meeting. 3, the volunteer effort is dwindling due to public humiliation. 4, vendettas against past officials and their families. 5, contentious and confrontational discord toward heads of departments, town employees, and citizens at large. 6, skyrocketing legal costs. I'll share quickly, over the last 3 fiscal years, we budget in FY07 approximately $115,000 and spent over $400,000. In FY08, still not yet balanced. We will balance out somewhere around $270,000, $280,000. Again, only having appropriated $140,000 or $115,000. This year we've increased it. I believe the vote of town meeting was $140,000, and I hope, I pray, that we don't come anywhere near that. Number 7, less than minimum funding to educate our children. 8, dramatic reductions in library service. With each of these observations, we can provide supporting documentation to show how dysfunctional Wareham has become. And I have some supporting documentation. I would like to add, though, as we opened the meeting this evening, and I recognize the apology by Selectman Savageau, I would urge you, Mr. Chairman, to also apologize to the citizens, because this is not the only incident that citizens' participation has been allowed to become a forum for venting. I think you need to identify very quickly subject material for citizens' participation and properly put it on your agendas for proper hearings and/or discussions. And Mr. Savageau, I appreciate your apology as well, but I, on behalf of our group, would insist that you do resign as a member of the Board of Selectmen. And I want to thank you for your time.
Okay. Is there any discussion from the board?
I would like to, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Mr. Brady, thank you for coming forward. And in one respect, you're right, that I wish that people could see past their own anger, animosity, to get beyond, because essentially the 7 things that you mentioned are all things that we've been working on as far as the vision for Wareham. I don't see anything on that we're opposed to. I think that everything that we've been working on, we have met with a lot of resistance for the mere fact that, in my opinion, that we've brought it forward. For example, the natural resources. We have been fighting to try to protect the natural resources with a nitrogen reducing septics, with protecting our waterways, protecting the scallops and the eelgrass, and yet it gets shot down at town meeting every time for people getting up saying, well, you know, we're not quite sure. Was this totally, thoroughly vetted through council? Did council already make a determination on this? The Attorney General makes determinations on things like that. The council checked to it as to form, proper language, and that it didn't violate anything. And then it's up to the Attorney General to approve it. So when we get kicked constantly on things like that, we're not going to give up. We're still trying. But you have to understand that when people are working against us, it makes some of these things difficult. Public safety, absolutely, just for the record, and I know you know this, but I want to put it out there to people that don't. The fire department is a totally separate entity, and I'm sure it was just a misspeak in your...
Not at all.
It wasn't a misspeak that you think...
No,
that,
it's still the service of our community.
But we have no control over it.
I'm not suggesting you do.
Okay.
It's a service of our community.
Okay, but I just want the viewers out there to know that we do not have any control over the fire districts. They are total separate entities. And you're absolutely right. Now, we do work with them. I know that when they had the Wareham district had issues with their water, apparently, the last couple of years, the town, we did, you know, we gave them the opportunity. We put it on our website. We put it on our emergency line and things like that. So we do work with them, but we do not control them. As far as education, well, let me go to the next one, to leadership, or I'm sorry, responsible fiscal management. I believe you